Math 150 students. I'm Professor Kramer, and welcome to Business Calculus for Spring Intersession 2026. Our semester runs from Monday, January 5th through Thursday, January 29th. It's fast-paced but completely manageable if you stay organized and work ahead. Go ahead and open the course early for you so you can get working early and stay ahead of all those due dates. So take advantage of this opportunity. This video, I'll walk you through our MyOpenMath or MOM course setup, show you where everything is, and explain the weekly workflow that will keep you successful. So getting started, you'll receive a welcome email with your course ID and enrollment key for MyOpenMath or MOM. You can also find this information on Canvas and in the syllabus. Be sure to download and review it. During Intersession, I won't be on campus, but if you do need to meet, we can do so via Zoom. Just message me at least 24 hours ahead of time to schedule that appointment. You can reach me through Canvas, MyOpenMath, or email me at kramer_jessica@sdcollege.edu. My email is also listed in the syllabus. The Math Success Center will be open Monday through Thursday, 1 to 5 p.m. in D209. They'll also have online office hours during the same time, Monday through Thursday, 1 to 5 p.m. Okay, let's take a look at MyOpenMath. Once you've registered on MyOpenMath, here's what you'll see. The calendar is right at the top. This shows all your upcoming due dates, so there's no reason to miss anything. But here's something critical. Before we go any further, let's talk about time zones. Since we are during intersession, many times students will travel, and even I'm not in California during this first 2 weeks of January. All due dates are in Pacific Standard Time because the school is located in California. So if you're traveling, you need to be mindful of this. One way to be proactive about this, so you'll want to access settings by going to the gear icon in the top right corner. Scroll down until you see time zone. Select the dropdown and choose Always Show Times based on specific time zone and set the time zone to America, Los Angeles. And then update the info. Don't use browser time zone because that changes as you travel. You will not receive extensions for missing due dates under any circumstances, so get this set up correctly right now. Now scroll through the main page to see all the available links, and we're going to start by going through some key folders. So let's start with the Getting Started folder. This is everything you need to launch successfully, starting with the syllabus, a Navigating Math 150 quick reference guide. So this will help you with your weekly workflow. So we're going to go through each of these steps throughout MOM, but here's a reminder of what your weekly workflow should look like. Following that, you have the Navigating Math 150 on MOM assignment. This includes this video that you're watching plus questions to confirm you watched it. So make sure to complete this first after you watch this video. Next is the optional syllabus quiz. So after reading the syllabus, completing the Navigating Math 150 on MOM video assignment, watching the Learning Online and How to Fail Math class video, and completing the Intro to MOM assignment, as well as reviewing the Netiquette page, which will discuss how to appropriately communicate through the internet for your classes. Then you can take the syllabus quiz for up to 11 points extra credit added to your quiz category. Next is the practice document upload assignment. This is crucial. You'll practice taking photos of your work and uploading them as a single file to MOM. This is exactly what you'll do for exams, and on exam 1, any work not following the directions gets a 0. So you want to make sure to do this practice assignment. And that counts for 3 points extra credit towards your exam category. I recommend watching this video about scanning, uploading, and compressing documents before getting started on the practice document upload, and then review the video again before taking exam 1. Anytime you want to go back to the homepage, you can just click the previous link. So the next folder we'll look at is the Resources and Course Policies folder. This folder breaks down the syllabus into important chunks. So I'm going to highlight some key policies. You do have access to the complete textbook, which is free, or open educational resource, which we call OER. Then you have information about the drop policy. Most specifically, if you're not active or logged into MOM by Monday, January 5th at 11:59 Pacific Standard Time, you'll be dropped. If your lack of coursework exceeds 10%, you'll also be dropped, but I'll email you first as a warning. So oftentimes students forget that they need to be active regularly, and I will send a reminder that they're missing some assignments and they may want to consider either dropping themselves or getting back to work as soon as possible. So I'll send you one warning. If you aren't active, then I will drop you, but it is your responsibility to drop yourself. The makeup policy is there are no makeups under any circumstances. A note about academic integrity. Any use of AI in this course is considered cheating and will count as an absence, so you could be dropped for using AI. You will receive a 0 for the assignment where AI is determined to have been used. Types of AI include Grammarly, ChatGPT, or any other generative AI software. If you violate, all extra credit points will be forfeited. So be sure to submit only original authentic work that is your own. Also note that the instructor reserves the right to require conference with the student about any work submitted that may be flagged as not authentically their own. So the information about the Mass Success Center is available to you again, just with the note that these hours, Monday through Thursday from 1 to 5, will also be available online. You can learn more about the Mass Success Center by contacting them or visiting their website on SEC's page. Everybody is allotted 10 late passes at the start of the semester. Each late pass will give you an extension for 48 hours. The key thing here is that you have to redeem the late pass before the due date. This is for the integrity of the assignment. So you can't use them retroactively. You have to use them prior to the due date. So there's only one per assignment. And if you stay organized and ahead of schedule, for every late pass that you don't use, half an extra credit point will be added to your final exam for up to 5 points total towards the final exam. So if you're counting, that's 3 extra credit opportunities. So this is in the syllabus, but again, I've broken down the key elements into commonly asked questions into this folder. So your grades are broken down in the following way, and they are weighted. And then final percentages will not be rounded, and that is because the course already is inflated due to the extra credit. Okay, so let's go through the weekly workflow. And you'll do this through the lecture videos, homework, and quizzes. So you'll start by taking a look at the calendar, and I have it kind of set up on the month that we'll be spending in this class together. And so each day you'll have assignments due, and that's because a 16-week course is compressed into 4 weeks. So instead of just putting all the work on 4 days, I've spread it over the week. That doesn't mean you have to work every day. You could always work ahead to get some time off. So let's say you have homework due on Saturday. You don't want to do the homework on Saturday. You can just work ahead. The only key here, though, is that your exams do fall on the weekends to make sure you have enough time to complete them. So those will be open for 48 hours. Okay, so every day you'll go to lecture videos, homework, and quizzes. And you'll start with a chapter by downloading the chapter fill-in notes. These will go along with the video assignments. So if you can download them and write on them on a tablet, or you can print them and handwrite on them. But I recommend making sure that you have access to these with the answers, because really this is all you want to have when you are taking the quizzes and the test. You won't have time to look up the answers on the internet. So it's really important that you have some kind of notes with you as you're taking the exams and the quizzes. Then you'll go to a section and you can read the textbook first, but the first graded assignment will be the video assignments. So there's a lecture video that goes along with those fill-in notes, and then you'll complete some questions after watching the video assignment, so more sort of like a concept check. So the video assignments are graded and they count for a total of 5% of your grade. So make sure not to miss out on those. You can watch any additional videos within each section if you need a little bit more review or practice. And then you'll want to start working on the homework. So homework can be completed as many times as you want to until the due date. And it doesn't need to be completed in one sitting. And more often than not, they'll have a link to a video that goes along with it. This is to help you with a specific problem, but this does not count as your lecture videos because these videos are supplemental. They're not often completed by me. You can also use the message instructor or post to forum links to get more assistance on a particular problem. The only thing you want to make sure to do is include a message about where you're stuck. So don't just send me the question. Make sure you actually include your message above the line explaining where you're stuck and what you've tried. And you could always include a picture of your work as well. That might help a little bit more. And the same rules apply for getting help on the forums. So once you've completed a number of sections, because each chapter is pretty big, they're broken up into about 2 quizzes, then you'll take the chapter quiz. So chapter 1A will cover the first 4 sections, and chapter 1B will cover the next 4, but it may have some information from the previous 4 because it's math and it builds on top of itself. So the quizzes could be anywhere from 45 minutes up to an hour. So please make sure you have some time set aside to do that. And then you'll have 2 attempts per problem, but within that time frame. So once you hit start on a quiz or an exam, your timer starts. So it's right here. It's going to be starting, and I need to make sure to complete it before that 44 minutes. I cannot leave and come back later. The time will run out. So make sure you have set aside the time for the quiz to complete it. So the other graded assignments are the forums and the exams. So you have 3 graded forum assignments throughout the semester: the introduction to the class, a forum about mindset, and then a reflection forum. So each forum will require you to post and then reply to your peers, and each one will have explicit directions about what you need to do to get the points that are required. So make sure to read the directions first thoroughly before you start to post, and every post needs to be titled with your name. So when you start a new post, so when you go to add a new thread, you want to make sure to always put your name in the subject line. Okay, so for exams, there are 3 exams and a final. These will also show up on the calendar when they open up. They're not accessible. The exams are not accessible prior to the date. So if I open this folder, I can see information about the exam, but I can't see the assignment until Saturday, 12 a.m., and it'll close Sunday at 11:59 p.m. So a pro tip, always compress your files before uploading. I provide a link to a compression website within the actual exam. This will prevent frozen screens from files that are too large. So anything over 15 megabytes will not be accepted in the MOM. So you need to make sure that your work is all in a single file, that it's in PDF format, and if it's over 15 megabytes, you need to compress it. So make sure to save at least 10 to 15 minutes at the end of the exam to complete this upload. So you have 2.5 hours for each exam, where those last 15 minutes need to be you uploading your work. Running out of time is not an excuse. Not having it freezing is not an excuse. It just means your file is too large. So you need to make sure to figure all of that out before taking the exam. So it's really important that you use the folders to access assignments, not the calendar, and definitely not the gradebook, because students will miss assignments using the calendar. So your best bet is to follow the calendar about what's due, but go to its particular folder to access it. And when in doubt, just use the syllabus because there's the due dates there as well. So how can you succeed? Let me give you a routine that successful students would follow. So every Monday morning, I will post a Canvas announcement for the week, and I'll send regular reminders throughout the week as well. I give you some weekly updates, what's due, tips, and reminders. Review your calendar and your gradebook and MOM, and then make a plan for the week's work. Throughout the week, follow the following workflow. Start with the videos, take your notes, do some homework, and then take the quiz when you've completed all the sections. Don't wait until the day they're due, especially the night they're due. You'll want to start early, because if you do get stuck on a particular problem, you want to have enough time to get it answered by me or your peers before moving on to the next section. Use the Solutions to Selected Problems folder in each chapter. I create these based on what students struggle with the most, and I'll let you know when they're available through the announcements. So review those definitely before the exams. Before exams, you'll want to review all your section homework, making sure to write down your solutions on paper to practice for the exams. Check the Selected Assignment Solutions folder, watch any videos I post about common errors, and then review my feedback on previous exams. Make sure to stay active. This is not a self-paced course. Expect regular weekly work and deadlines. If you're struggling or falling behind, make sure to reach out. I monitor engagement and will check in with you. You have tons of support available. You can contact me through Canvas, through my Open Math messaging. Just click send a new message and select me. Make sure to put a subject and include a message about what you need help with. You can also use my regular SC College email. My response time is 24 hours during the weekdays and 48 hours during the weekends. Ask questions in the forums. You have an optional homework help forum where you can post homework questions using the post to forum links on the homework, or you can use the forum help or Q&A as well. Your classmates can help too. And then there are other self-help resources like the Math Success Center, online or in person, the solutions folders for commonly missed problems, and then the additional video links in the homework problems and in the section folders. Okay, so if we recap, the most important things are to make sure that you set your time zone to Pacific Standard Time because there will be no extensions for missed due dates due to the calendar. Complete the Getting Started folder first, especially the practice document upload. I know some of these things are optional because they're extra credit, but they're really important for you to make sure you understand the structure of this course. Follow the workflow that you start with the videos, fill out the notes, complete the homework, and then take the quiz. Ask for help early because I'm always here to support you. This is a challenging course. We're covering 3 calculus courses in one course, but you can absolutely succeed if you stay organized and engaged. Mathematics builds on itself, so consistency is key. I'm looking forward to working with you this semester. Complete the introduction forum so I can get to know you, and don't hesitate to reach out if you have any questions. Let's have a great Intersession semester.